Hey there everyone, my name is Jakejames Lugo and welcome to the channel where you'll find some of the most fair and honest game reviews out here. Now with all these talks about remakes and remasters lately, one series I wanted to get to that's constantly brought up with these conversations is Spyro the Dragon. This is a series that for many people defined what PlayStation was, similar to a couple others out there, but was this remastering or this remake of the three classic Spyro games any good? One of the most popular series for the original PlayStation was Spyro the Dragon. It was first released in 1998 and was a big deal for anyone who loved platformers. Many people grew up playing the original trilogy by Insomniac Games, and for some, it was their first introduction to the PS1. If you weren't already playing Crash Bandicoot back then, chances were you were playing Spyro the Dragon. Which brings me to the Spyro Reignited Trilogy on PS4 and Xbox One. It's a complete remake of all three original Spyro games, with overhauled visuals and a few other updates. All three games are almost exactly how you remember. Every level, boss encounter, and collectibles you found back then are here and accounted for, but it's all presented in a far better package than you could have possibly imagined.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Now, for the sake of this review, I'm not going to get super in-depth with every single game in this collection. I'm going to talk about the collection as a package, because in all honesty, if I did so with every single game here, we would be here all month talking about Spyro, and I don't know if everybody really wants that. But from the very get-go with the Reignited Trilogy, every single game in here looks fantastic. This is the type of visuals you could imagine in your head if you grew up with the original Spyro games on PS1, how they would look in the modern day. Up to this point, by the way, we only had the Skylander series, which was a complete reimagining of what Spyro was, and almost had nothing to do with the original series. But if we were to take that concept from the PS1 and bring it into modern day, this is almost exactly what it would be. Because of the new visuals, Spyro himself looks his absolute best, better than he ever did in any one of the sequels or other spin-off games that were part of the series. He not only has the same character design from the PS1, but also the same attitude, with a little bit of changes to the voice acting. They did a couple things that were different with the audio and such, but I don't mind that. Everything about this entire package with all three games is freaking gold, and this is exactly what I feel like Spyro fans would want to see. But despite the visual overhaul, what it really comes down to is the gameplay, especially with some of us that grew up playing these games back in the day. So, do things kind of match up right, or did something get lost in translation? All three of these Spyro games look better, but do they also play as good as they did before? Luckily in the Reignited Trilogy, all three remain faithful to their original controls and overall feel. The way it felt to jump, glide, attack enemies, and collect stuff back on the PS1 is brought over perfectly. Many of the changes in here are related to quality of life stuff, which is something everyone will appreciate. The camera movement feels much smoother than it did before, allowing you to quickly adjust your view without a lot of jerking around. Spyro also gets his side road ability in all three games, which previously was only included in later releases. As far as anything else gameplay related, a lot of elements are faithfully recreated in here and touched up only when necessary. If you know these games inside out, you're going to feel right at home. The only other relevant changes are re-recorded dialogue and other audio cues that sound infinitely better than how they did before. Since I'm not going into super detail with each game, can I still say that you'll enjoy spending a lot of time playing through each part of the original trilogy? Yes, these are collectathons that will have you searching for secrets in each level that you visit. All three games are like this, so if you're not into platformers of this nature, then you won't enjoy them. But I bet if you're already interested in the Reignited Trilogy, you probably already have a good understanding of what Spyro games are like. Newcomers that never played a Spyro the Dragon game before will love how easy it is to get into and start exploring around.
Huh?
Get her! Stop her!
So So I'm going to be honest with all of you, I don't have a lot of criticisms about any one of these 3 games here, and the reason being is because a lot of what could have been tweaked from the original releases has been tweaked to perfection in this collection, which I think for Spyro fans is a fantastic thing. It's just that it feels so good to control Spyro in all 3 of these games. No matter which one you're playing with or which one you start out with, everything is so consistent throughout. All the different abilities that Spyro can do, all his little power-ups he could get in every single one of these games, as well as also just the fact that you could just go from place to place in all the different levels and things just feel right. Things just feel like they belong within this world, belong within this series. And if you want to talk about reimagining or remaking like a classic series or classic series of games like that, what better way to go about it than this? I'm pretty sure there's a couple Spyro fans out there that could point to a few things in any one of these games that either could be improved a little bit more or probably got a little bit worse in the Reignited Trilogy, but for the most part, the majority of this package is damn near perfection for a Spyro fan. But if there is one thing that I could probably nitpick just a little bit on with this collection, it would have to be all the bonus content that is kinda not there. The most disappointing aspect about this collection is the lack of unlockable bonuses. I'm sorry, Spyro fans, but things are rather slim in here. Let me be clear now, I'm not talking about the bonuses you get for each individual game for gathering skill points or getting 100%. What I'm talking about is the collection itself. I wish there were some extra features like original artwork or maybe developer interviews that can unlock as well. I would have also liked to see some breakdowns of changes made from the original releases, or any other cut content from them. I feel like this would have been perfect to include as a kind of thank you to fans who've stuck with the series since 1998. I'm not sure how that would have worked out, but the collection as is now doesn't offer much beyond playing the games. Some people will be okay with that, others may feel a little disappointed.
Well, someone forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons! Yeah! Crush! Kill it! Kill it!
I feel like this type of criticism is very common amongst myself and many other people when it comes to different collections like this that bring together classic games. We just love the idea of going back to the original development of some of those games or seeing things that reward us as fans for sticking with it for such a long time. I said this about the Crash Insane trilogy, I said this about the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary collection, even though that had a lot of stuff with it, but there's many others I'm pretty sure many of you out there can think of where you wish there was a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, maybe some developer interviews, maybe some comments from developers over the years, or maybe by the publishers themselves. Things like that I feel like are very cool, especially when you're looking at the legacy of something that was so impactful for many people. Beyond something like that, I don't know what other types of extra goodies could be included in here, but anything I feel like could have been a little bit better as far as rounding off the package besides what we already get with the games themselves. Again, some people will be cool with that, but if I had to nitpick at one thing, that'll probably be it. Other than that, I think this is a pretty good collection. So, does this collection do enough to live up to the legacy of our favorite purple dragon? Can I recommend that you pick up and play through the Spyro Reignited Trilogy? I would say yeah. This is a pretty good collection of classic games reimagined for the modern day. While I do feel more bonus content would have been nice to see, these are still 3 incredible games that anyone would enjoy playing. Could this make newcomers into fans of the series? I believe so. To me, this is the best way to play through all 3 original Spyro the Dragon games. It's as authentic as you can get without playing the original PS1 releases. Nice going, Spyro. You heated up things to near perfection with this one.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gem cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
And there you have it, everyone. Those are my thoughts about the Spyro Reignited Trilogy for the PlayStation 4. For many people, especially if you were young growing up with the original PlayStation, that might have been your introduction to the brand. You might have played Spyro the Dragon and understood like what PS1 or what PlayStation was back then. For me personally, my very first PlayStation game I ever played, I went to a friend's house and got to play Crash Bandicoot 2, and that was my introduction to that brand. And I feel like that might have been this case for many different people back then. You either played Crash Bandicoot or played Spyro the Dragon, but like all stuff that was going on back then, you probably went to a friend's house and got introduced to the other game or the other series at some point. It was kind of just a thing that we did, so it enabled us to play everything that was out there. But of course, like any other game that I review on this channel, that's just my thoughts about the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Let me know your own thoughts about this game series down below in the comments section. Tell me, are you a big fan of Spyro the Dragon? Do you want to see Spyro the Dragon 4? What was some of your favorite aspects about the Reignited Trilogy? Or what are some other series, classic or otherwise, that you want to see get the remake treatment, kind of like this, or kind of like the Insane Trilogy, or Resident Evil Remake? Talk to me about that stuff down below in the comments section. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. I appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoyed checking it out. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and don't forget to leave me a like on this video and post a comment down below too. It helps out the channel a ton. You could also join my Discord server via the link in the description box to come be part of the community we have there. Whether you agree or disagree with me, come chat about games with everybody in there. It's a lot of fun people that I know you'll get a kick out of. Hope to see you again soon. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody.